I rise like the sun sometimes, but then I fall. Like a black moon, I rise when the night falls. When the night falls, the mic calls, so listen, it's the ultraviolet rays that keep me rising on the mission. I rise like the sun sometimes, but then I fall. Like a black moon, I rise when the night calls. When the night falls, the mic calls, so listen, it's the ultraviolet rays that keep me rising on the mission.
What up, hype beasts? You already know who it is. It's your boy back with another NBA team breakdown. So this one goes out to my New Orleans Pelicans hype beast out there. The New Orleans Pelicans will sneak up on the whole NBA. Now, the Pelicans have had a few good moments over the past couple years. I mean, they had the Portland sweep, and they had the year that they made the playoffs but got put out quickly in the first round versus the Golden State Warriors. I think that was 2015. But for the most part, the Pelicans have had it pretty bad since they have been the Pelicans. Anthony Davis mid-season requested a trade, and the rest of the season was basically a big spectacle for the team. The team struggled with attendance. And then finally in the offseason, Anthony Davis finally got his wish and got shipped off to the Lake Show. All that went bad, but somehow the Pelicans are in the best position that they have been in since they've been the Pelicans. Let's start with Alvin Gentry and Lonzo Ball. To me, these guys are a match made in heaven. Alvin Gentry is at his best when he's coaching a fast-paced game and when he has weapons that make his offense really, really explosive. Lonzo Ball is at his best when he's basically free to play his game because he plays at one of the fastest tempos that I've ever seen. That added to his court vision and his basketball IQ will in time make him the key to the Pelicans' future dominance. Defensively, the Pelicans have a backcourt with a potential All-NBA defensive point guard in Lonzo Ball. And then they have a two that is an actual All-NBA defense performer in Drew Holiday. I do, however, wonder what the Pelicans plan to do with Drew Holiday. Personally, if I was David Griffin, I would sit down with him and have an honest conversation and see if he wants to be the guy to lead these young guys and stay there while they grow. If he is, I'd keep him on the team. But if he wanted a chance to compete, I would go ahead and ship him out in December. I'm pretty sure the Lake Show is going to come sniffing around when all those contracts become tradable. If Drew ends up staying with the Pelicans will continue to have one of the most underrated players in the entire league. I mean, nobody really talks about Drew Holiday at all. Dude is one of the best defensive guards in the entire league. He's a good three-point shooter. He's a good playmaker. He's good at creating shots for himself off the dribble. He's good at playing off ball. Dude is the total package at the guard position. Then you move over to the wing position and you have Brandon Ingram, who could end up being a very elite wing defender if he keeps going down the road he's going. And I still believe he could be an elite scorer in this league, especially during times when the game pace slows down. I've been talking on this video for a couple minutes and I haven't even mentioned one of the most hyped amateur players in the last 15 years. And that guy is Zion Williamson. Now, I don't really know what to think about Zion. I really just want to see him in a real NBA game before I form a real opinion, because I'm conflicted. So many experts out there claim that he's about to play the 4 or a small ball 5 in this league, and the guy's 6'6". I know he's super strong, but the guy's 6'6", and that's really what I'm skeptical about with Zion. I don't know exactly how he's gonna fit in the NBA. However, Zion has elite level athleticism. He's somebody who does not dominate the ball. He plays in college at Duke. He played off the ball most of the time. Even though he was like the biggest prospect in college basketball or whatever, he played off the ball most of the time. This guy can score in quite a few different ways. He can score from different areas on the court. He can defend, and he's like low-key a good passer too. Now, one comparison that I've heard a few people make that I thought was interesting is the comparison to Larry Johnson. Now, I'm no expert on Larry Johnson, but I'm pretty sure if the Pelicans got, a Larry Johnson clone, they'd be very happy. Either way, Gentry's offense will be a great fit for Zion as well. These guys, along with Derek Favors, who will be looking for a chance to show that he could be an elite big man in this league, it's a very impressive core. And the Pelicans have a nice rotation of shooters that will complement this group very nicely. You got guys like JJ Redick, who they just signed this offseason, an elite shooter. He'll help them out a lot. They've had Darius Miller for the last couple years. He's a great shooter. You have Eton Moore, another great shooter, probably a little bit underrated as a shooter in this league. And then you got Josh Hart, someone who has potential to be a great shooter. He didn't shoot that well, in my opinion, last year, but he's definitely going to end up being a knockdown three-point shooter at some point in his career. On top of that, on top of what is already a surprisingly well put together roster, the Pelicans also have a couple young prospects that you have to watch out for as well. You got guys like Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who's coming off of an impressive year at Virginia Tech. I totally expect Nickeil Alexander-Walker to be a difference maker, coming off the bench for this team. He adds a lot of depth to the guard positions. He's somebody who can handle the ball as well and is a good playmaker. So I could totally see him, playing a really good role, a really important role for this team. There's also a young man like Jackson Hayes, who is incredibly athletic. He's about 7 feet tall. He's incredibly athletic. Now, he's still a little bit raw because he's a young dude, but I totally believe that the Pelican staff can work with him, and he could be, one of these springy centers who, gets a bunch of rebounds, blocks a bunch of shots, and, can finish around the basket, catch a couple lobs or whatever. We already saw a lot of that in the summer league. So I love what they did in the draft. They got Zion Williamson. This Nickeil Alexander-Walker's a really good, I think is going to be a very good player. And Jackson Hayes is very interesting as well. So don't be surprised when the New Orleans Pelicans end up being one of those teams that opposing teams hate to play. I mean, they have a mix of players that can foster a very explosive atmosphere in that Smoothie King Arena. So don't underestimate the Pelicans, man. They are going to sneak up on the rest of the NBA. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Do you guys like what the Pelicans did this offseason? Let me know down below. See you next time.